All right, here we go. Hi, Shane. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
Here we
we are
go.
starting a watch party as well.
Yeah,
So,
go.
hello everybody. Welcome to COVID Conversations Over Coffee. My name is Shaila, and I am streaming all the way from Butuan City here in Mindanao. Sheena?
And this is Sheena. Hi, streaming all the way from Dubai. Sorry, I'm hearing like a delay on my.
No, everything's good. So good on my
Okay,
end. Yeah.
it's
So
like
there you go.
delayed.
I don't
All
know. It
right.
sounds good on my end. Maybe you have it on your laptop, playing
It
in
is.
your laptop or something. But anyway, yeah. So for those of you who are ooh, now she's okay. I'm not sure if I can hear your. Can you try talking? No, none. Yeah, so that's fine. So until you figure it out, just yeah. But anyway, so welcome guys to this afternoon. We have an exciting segment for you, right? We really try to bring you guys content that you guys would be interested in just hearing about. And this afternoon is no different, of course. We invited two very powerful and inspiring women to join us this afternoon, just to share with you guys how women are affected by COVID. And it's funny because my when my sister and I were talking, me having no kids and my sister being single as well, we were like thinking, is there a difference between us and the men? And we're like, maybe for the ones who have kids. And so I'm so excited to have on board two lovely women who are with wonderful kids as well. So they will be joining us in just a teeny tiny bit. As my sister still figures out her sounds, that's fine. I know you had your laptop fixed a couple of days ago. What if you try it without? I'm not sure. But anyway, so if you guys are joining us for the first time, this is what happens when you're doing things live. Live,
I
every
hear you speaking. Oh my goodness. I hear you speaking. Oh my. But there's like it comes in two sounds, like one in real time and one delayed time.
okay, that's fine. So you just
Okay.
try to split it in your mind that this is the real time.
Okay. How about you take me off cam and then I will just reset my stream. Sorry.
All right, sure, sure, no problem. All right. So yeah. So for those of you who are joining us, we do COVID conversations twice a week at 5 o'clock or 5:30. Today we're doing it at 5 o'clock, and like I said, we have two lovely ladies who are joining us this afternoon to just talk about how COVID has been affecting them. If you guys haven't yet, please follow us on Facebook. Just look for Hakbang, and of course on YouTube as well. And if you do want to check out our website, that's www.hack-bang.com. And Jerome is joining here to direct, I hope, since Sheena is not here. So, Joanne Solano Sheng, as usual, it is awesome to have you here with us this afternoon. No, we're not twins, but yeah, she was born August 15. I won't say the year, and then a year later, August 18, I was I was born too. So yeah, if we do look like twins, that's pretty awesome. So yeah, so you know what? I'm just gonna have two of these lovely ladies join us on board, and please feel free to ask them questions. Basically, what we really wanted this conversation to be, whether it's inspiring, whether it's just for you guys to feel like, oh, okay, so somebody else is going through the same thing that I am, and just basically, okay, basically just reflect on what you're going through as well, because I know sometimes that you feel, um, am I going through this by myself? Why does everybody on Facebook or on social media look like they're having an amazing time, and it's not the same for me, right? And so that was the same experience for myself at the beginning, again, which I'd love to share with you guys later on as we go through the program. Was in the beginning, it was quite hard for me as well. Yeah, and hopefully just bouncing off each other, each other's energies, each other's ideas of how we can go through this COVID situation together, stronger, better. not necessarily to thrive, but really we just want to encourage everybody that, just survive the season, ride it out, and yeah, be an encouragement to one another. So, all right, here we go. So let's have them already join us, and they'll introduce their lovely selves to you guys. So,
Hi.
hi, hi. So we'll go ahead and start with Man. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Andiko. My husband is a congressman. He's a congressman of the fifth district of Pangasinan. We own a school. I own a flight attendant school, but unfortunately, because of this COVID, schools and education are having problems right now. So I'm concentrating on helping my husband in district affairs. So from donations to hospitals, everything to social services.
Exactly. Thank you. Which actually really inspired me as well to just have hop on and have you on this conversation, because what I've seen you do on social media has been really inspiring to me, and I felt like, okay, I think this will resonate with some of the women as well. And Amoka, what about you? Go ahead.
Hi. Hi, everyone. My name is Monique Katrina Morales, but you can call me Mocha. I'm a program director and radio personality of B102.3 FM here in Butuan. It's under Northern Mindanao Broadcasting System Incorporated, and also working as part of the creative committee for content creation of BTV7, which is under also NMBS. I am a voiceover artist, a freelance host. I do data entry on the side, and an entrepreneur, and of course, a single mother of three lovely kids. How are you guys? Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, so equally, I was also inspired by Mocha and by just what she's doing during COVID. And so I really felt like, okay, I think this is really a time for us to just be a source of
Mm-mm.
encouragement for one another. I'm not sure if, pre-COVID, this Filipino mentality is normally just crabbies from everywhere. But one of the good things I've seen during COVID was just women lifting each other up. So just paint
True.
a picture for me, Mocha. We'll go first with you.
Yes.
As soon as they announced COVID lockdown, how was that? What did you have in the pipeline for the next 3 months, and what happened as soon as you heard lockdown?
At first, parang it's steered like 360 degrees. Na it changed me because I'm used to like being, of course, in the broadcast industry. I'm exposed to doing work outside and having to meet a lot of people. And then when they said na magla lockdown, uh, and of course affected yung company namin. So I had to think of some ways, some ways to earn extra money, some ways to like adapt to the changes, especially when it comes to handling my time, because of course, I have to teach my kids at home and then do work from home at the same time, and the chores all together. So it's parang it was difficult for me at the start. And then eventually, siguro the nature of women na parang easily nakaka-adapt tayo. We're very versatile. If there's one thing na the pandemic has taught me, it taught me how to become versatile. Kasi it taught me how to adapt to the changes, especially to the new normal concerning the pandemic.
Yeah, true. I love those insights, which, just adapting as well. I think a lot of us are learning a lot of things for the first time,
Yeah.
and we're adapting wonderfully. What about you, Maan? How was that? Again, that first, as soon as you heard it, and what did you have in the pipeline for the next 3 months? Then,
Then, well, my school actually is continues, so I was thinking about that, and of course, being a wife of a politician for the district, I was thinking of projects that would, well, like for example, I like arts and fashion, so I was thinking of putting up an association for the LGBT that are for the makeup artists and the designers. And well, unfortunately, because of this COVID, it's pretty hard to put them all together. as well as my livelihood projects for women is come to a pause. It's sad, but after a while, you get to think, what am I going to do now? You see a lot of, especially with us, we have people coming to us that needs help, and uh, it's so hard for us to not do anything to help them. So I thought of ways on how to help them. Like, for example, I did a donation drive for the first month. I believe, for the first month, we were able to. I was able to put up. We were able to put up like a few hundred thousand, a few more than 100,000 worth of items for hospitals in all our in the hospitals in our district. So uh, basically, that's my first project for them. Then there came the relief operation, and of course, I had to. It's different now because before it, the social services was like not well. The number of people needing help in the district now, it's incomparable to what's before, because right now there are hundreds of people actually coming to you and asking for help. So right now, that's what we're focusing on: how to help these people and how to help especially those who lost their jobs in the pandemic. So
Okay, how are you fine? I mean, do you have children? I'm sorry if I missed the answer to that question.
yeah,
Yes, you do?
I
All
do. I
right.
have four
Yeah,
kids.
okay. So, for kids. So, how are you able to balance having children and then doing all this?
All of that, it's
Sorry.
pretty hard. It's pretty hard balancing everything, especially for women. But um, especially before COVID, my husband, our setup was like, I'm in Manila with the kids because of school, and I help him through Congress in Batasan, more on Batasan, and he does the field work in the district. But since COVID hit, I think my husband's really happy because right now we're here in the province helping him. So even the kids are staying with us here. So basically, I have to tell my kids, whenever I go out, that like I have to explain to them that mommy needs to go out, needs to take care of people. They understand because ever since we got married, before them, my husband was in public service. So the
So, you
difference
find.
now is I'm involved. So
Uh-huh.
that's the big difference.
Oh, that's good. Well, you have your husband to help you. Does your husband help you in terms of the education of their children, or is it mainly focused on you're doing this part?
Mainly me.
Mainly, okay.
Yeah,
All women. I suppose that's the case, right?
Yeah.
True.
I know. Yeah, it. This is exactly why. So Sheena and I were talking earlier that we're not sure how we, like Sheena and myself, really have it different with the men. And I guess that's because we have no kids. And then we talked about it. Like I think when they have kids, it's different because I see a lot of my
Mm-mm.
friends posting like ako ba nag-enroll o yung anak ko? Kasi parang
True.
how is it in your front?
Yeah. Mm-mm. Well, it's diba, it's different when you have both parents nga, diba, looking after the kids and all. It's even more difficult for single parents because we do twice the work. So, yun, I think it's about balance talaga. You have to balance your time and manage your time to do your work, to do the house chores, to do, when you supervise your kids, and not just that, you also have to make time to make them feel na the homeschooling is not a task or something, but they need to have activities also, so to keep them occupied. And syempre they're isolated inside the house, and they would ask na, now why can't we go out? So you have to keep them preoccupied all the time. You have to keep them busy. So what I do naman, in order for me not to have the full load, is I involve them. I only not teach them about academic skills, but also life skills. So um, sharing, letting the kids be involved in doing house chores and the task, assigning them, oh, you do the dishes, you do this one and this one, para it will be lighter for all of us, and the situation would be, much bearable for everybody. So yeah.
Okay. Has working during this pandemic, has it become less for you because of the pandemic, or is the workload less now? I know you're still working in the radio station, or man, what you're doing, but has it become less in terms of work? Yeah, let's separate work and the children.
Work, yeah, it less a work, pero more on parang the task na outside the work, the being the mom and all that. So
Okay.
radio, remotely, we do remote works for radio. It's easier now because we have, especially I have the equipment here at home, so parang it's less of a, parang mas convenient for me. It's more convenient to
Okay.
say.
And for you, man.
For me, I think it doubled or tripled. Well, like I said before it was just school and some of my husband's work because I handle the communications and the social service for my husband. But I do it remotely. And then for the kids, I didn't have to worry, although I'm very active with their school. Like, for example, I make sure that I'm an officer in their classroom. But right now, the online classes is really difficult. Like, tama si Shai when she said, like, or Mocha, when they said na parang tayo ang nag-aaral. It's like we're the ones enrolled. So we have to do the enrollment, make sure that their assignments are okay, make sure like
Okay. Because I was yeah.
yeah, sorry.
I was just wondering, like, maybe has your work output become less because you were you were trying to divide your time with your kids and work? Does it make sense? Does my question make sense?
Yeah. No naman, because siguro our industry parang is also affected. So less na yung advertisers. So it means medyo less na yung mga productions ng advertisements for us. And we have more extra time for other things. In this is in my field, ha. Yun.
Okay.
Can you talk about just a breakdown moment, if any, if that's happened to you, and at what point during this COVID situation? Just an example, like for me personally, at the beginning, it was really pre Lenten season when I was kind of spiraling down into all these negative thoughts because we had a lot of things lined up for the next couple of months, and all of a sudden we were even ending another activity, and we had to end it a day before when we were supposed to actually end it. And I really felt like the rug was pulled under me, and I found myself at one point in the garden doing gardening and just crying and just asking the Lord, why now? You always have me on this journey where you bring me up and everything's going well, and then just all of a sudden I'm down again, and I struggle and I go up, and all of a sudden I'm down again. And this was a point in my life when everything was starting to go great, and Lord, you took it right out under me again. And so I was crying while picking out the weeds in my garden, right? So that was one of my breakdown moments for me. What about you? Did you girls, ladies, have that as well? Man, we'll go with you first.
To break out, well, there came a point, of course, you have to think like, okay, I'm gonna what will I miss? I will miss like going to school, going to the office, like I have tons of things to do, and then of course I miss traveling, and then um, I miss my friends, and then like from after you think about it, it's like after the pandemic, you'll be left thinking, now what, right? Now what? What am I gonna do? What's gonna happen? Like, uh, for example, with my school is wait, under the aviation industry. So aviation right now is pretty bad. So the estimate of recovery would be 2 to 3 years. Can you imagine that? 2 to 3 years before our operations will be normalized and travel will be okay. But right now, in those 2 years, what am I going to do? And then you'll be thinking, how about my staff? How about the people that are like my students uh, who dream of working in an airline that are now like asking you, what am I going to do now? And then it's heartbreaking whenever my students come to me and then they said that I got laid off, because a lot of airlines right now laid off like hundreds of employees. So unfortunately, some of my students were laid off. So it's sad actually when you think about it, but uh, it doesn't do you good if you dwell on the negative side. So after which, okay, let's fix it. So right now with my school, I am currently trying to apply the blended learning, I believe. And then hopefully it will be okay soon. And then for my students, well, the only thing I can do is help them afterwards, right? So it's pretty hard, but the most difficult for me, I believe, being a mom and then being stuck with your kids at home doing nothing for how many months, right? It's okay before if it was somewhere after school and then you spend time with them, you get to work. But right now they're just at home 24/7 with you. And then sometimes they say, Mommy, I'm bored. And then what will you do, right? I think all moms can relate to me, right?
True, true.
True. What about you, Mocha? What was like a breakdown moment
I
for you?
I think this was the early days of the pandemic. It's when I was planting lemon seeds, and then I came to realize now, okay, what's gonna happen to me and my job and my kids? How am I going to send them to school if this will continue? Because it has affected greatly our company, and where do I get money to pay bills? Where do I get this to pay that? And then I just cried, and then I just submitted, and I've always believed that God will always provide, and I'm very thankful because I got my strength. My kids are my source of strength, and seeing them being positive and all despite the circumstances. So I was able to um, think clearly and told myself now, okay, this too shall pass. For now, let's focus on what I can do. For now, I will not focus on what I cannot do because there's nothing I can do with what's everything that's going on. So I have to focus on something that I can do something about. So, okay, I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start doing that. What am I good at? Okay, I started learning. I'm not very good in baking, but my kids and we started baking, and then we tried new skills. I learned how to play ukulele during this time, and I learned how to make video editing, like non-pro, but at least and I kept learning. I kept pushing myself, especially things that can help me when it comes to my work in the broadcast industry. So okay, it helped me to think about what I can do to make something better. I took the advantage of the situation to hone whatever I have, and so since we're not able to broadcast like most of the time, and especially in terrestrial, so we took the initiative, or like we took advantage of the people hanging out online, so we did shows online and stuff. So yun, basically about pivoting and adapting to the new normal after the breakdown. So
Wow.
it's normal.
I'm just amazed at you women because I have no idea how. I mean, I guess I could just call you super women, especially the moms out there who are also still working, because I don't know how you manage to balance everything, work life and your kids. And I think maybe this pandemic is revealing to us that the strength of a woman, because
Yes, yes, true.
it's crazy how the
But
requirements that you have right now,
yeah,
working with your kids.
true. Some people call us super moms or wonder moms. I take it literally because sometimes I wonder where this went. Where did my clothes? Okay, where did the money go? Where did I wonder where are my kids? What are my kids doing? But being a mom in this time of pandemic is challenging. Is what do you call that? Yeah, it's challenging, and it will really bring out the best and the worst in you, because of course you have to have more patience dealing with your kids 24/7, and it's more magastos because diba, your kids always ask, oh, is it 3 o'clock because it's snack time na? Oh my god, baby, you just ate lunch, please.
But that's their baon, right? I mean, they have to do their baon. That's right.
Yeah, like no classes. Oh yeah, but we're hungry, so it's already part of
It's so funny. Like the first few months, I believe, of pandemic, and we were all in lockdown. Like we buy like 2 or 3 weeks worth of grocery, and then after a week,
true.
it's gone.
It's gone.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, so picking up on that, because Mocha, I loved how you said you were learning new things, right?
Yes,
So you learned how
yes.
to do the ukulele, you learned how to do the video editing.
Mm-mm,
What about
mm-mm.
you, Maan? What were some of the new skills that you learned or that you've been wanting to learn for the longest time and now you finally have the time to do it because of COVID?
New skills.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I believe um, video editing. I harnessed my skill before. I do a bit of video editing for the PR of my husband, but right now, uh, I'm more hands on and photo editing. What else? Unfortunately, I have no skills in baking, unlike Mocha. I would love to.
No,
No
I
pressure.
Let's cook.
yeah.
I will cook. You will bake.
I can bake, but I cannot promise that it's very good. I can bake, but
No, but this is what
Unfortunately, even if I wanted to, I have no skills at all in baking. But I can cook. I'll cook for you. You bake for me. Okay.
yeah, sure.
this is what's nice, right? I mean, not because everybody is learning something new. Like we don't have to feel pressured that
Yes,
she's
yes.
doing this and she's doing this. This is fine, ladies. Like you have so much on your plate already as it is. I mean,
Hmm.
so much already for all of us. Even for me, I have no kids, and already it's weighing down on me. And so it's funny because my mom was telling me the other day, like she's like, "What happened to your baking? How come you're not baking anymore? Hey, you know your cousin is baking and she's selling them like hotcakes." And I said, "That's okay, mom. You know that's okay because that is okay. We're all on our own journey." And what's
Yes.
nice is we can look at other women and just be inspired by what they're doing, and perhaps not be pressured
Judgmental.
into doing
Or,
all those things.
True, true. I think if there's one thing I can tell other moms, because not all moms are, they don't have the luxury of time like we do. Some spend it outside. They have to work. If this pandemic is, you don't have to be super productive like most of us. If you're taking the pandemic to slow down, and rest and what do you call that,
Collect yourself.
recharge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do you, because that's your way of coping. Okay, and it's always different for other women, it's different for moms. So if my way doesn't work, what I do with my kids or with my life may not be, suitable for you, and vice versa.
Nice. What are some of your experiences with other women that's different in this time of COVID versus pre-COVID? Whether it's inspiring or discouraging, do you have any experience with other women?
I think the pandemic has revealed so much about people. So yeah, I there are negative and there are positive, and if there's one thing that I've seen in them, it's like some brought the worst in them. Some naman the best. So um I just respect whatever they're going through, and I understand naman. So some are inspiring, and those who are inspiration, parang I take some as an inspiration, and the others parang a lesson. Na, okay,
Lesson.
because in this time there's no losing it. It's just winning and lessons.
Sur-
Yung ganon.
and
It's
surviving.
wonderful.
And surviving. Yeah.
I think now is even the time that women should stop judging other women for how they do things,
True. True.
because I think pre-COVID, that's how I think some moms struggle as well. Like some moms judging them how they raise their kids or anything. I think
True.
now is the time for women to get together and just maybe, like, I don't know, maybe form a community, like how to, help each other out. It's
Yeah.
so funny because I really admire you girls for your job. I just remembered I have two cats. Those are the only things I take care of, and I do work. But it's funny because last week I felt like such a bad mom because I forgot to feed them. It was like 6 hours after I realized I haven't fed their breakfast. I'm like, I don't know how you guys do it.
Yes, this
I
is
suppose your kids would complain at some point, but my cats were just quiet.
yeah,
That's
this
a
is
good thing because you don't hear your cats whine, "Mom, I'm hungry," or whatnot, or they don't follow you in the comfort room when you're doing your thing, right?
Oh no, my
We
cats
always
do. My
have
cat.
audience, mom, diba, man? Moms would can relate to this. That, parang if you really have like 3, 5 year old kids, younger kids, you will always have an audience when you go to the bathroom or something, stuff like
Knocking
that.
really hard.
It's the same for cats, though.
Really?
Yes,
minus
my
the
cat.
knocking.
My cat did
Oh.
the new next level today. She actually jumped onto my lap as I was sitting in the. I was like, really? Like,
May I join? May I ruin your piece of your moment of?
exactly.
But I
So
think yeah, going back yeah, mothers, you do you, because no matter what you do, if you're a stay-at-home mom, people will judge you. If you're a working mom, people will judge you. They will have something to say. So
And now
about
you're both,
whatever floats
right?
your boat, just go ahead. You
And
go,
now you're
mom.
both stay-at-home mom and working mom, diba?
Yeah.
So, do you
ayan.
think you would like to? I mean, since you've experienced already homeschooling your kids, do you think this is something you would want to continue moving
Oh my god,
forward
no.
with?
No.
Oh my god, no. Because diba, it's the patience. You really have to learn a lot. So I'm not really good when it comes to like teaching, and so may mga times talaga na naaanoy ka na, I said 1 plus 1 is like this, not this one. So the kids really test your patience. So yeah, I'm hoping na the school will, be back to normal.
We'll start soon.
For me,
Yeah,
it's
but
fine.
I
I'm an
salute, yeah, I
educator.
salute homeschool moms who do homeschool, or who homeschool their kids, because it's not really an easy task.
Agree. Me, I'm an educator. Like I have a school, right? So I teach people. I teach kids. But unfortunately, with my kids, we always fight. Like Mocha said, it's like, oh, diba? I told you it's like this again. I believe if it's your kids, they test your patience. Like they test you until where they can get away with it, right?
True.
Unbelievable.
I think the teacher should be the one paying us because we're doing their job.
I know. So yeah, this is so funny because you're this is true, and I see it a lot on my Facebook. My friends who are mothers, just it's hilarious. Sometimes it's hilarious, but at the same time, it's like, man, I totally like. Oh my gosh, I feel so terrible for them because it's difficult. Yeah, trying to be
Mm.
positive and trying to be this mom with this great energy and just with kids. Sometimes honestly I feel like, Lord, you know me so well that you didn't give me kids because I would freak out in this season. It's like, thank because you know me, you know my heart apparently, because I long for kids. Yun pala in this season, ito pala yung ayoko na talaga, ayoko na. So he knows us best. So what's great is that you girls, I believe, are handling what the Lord believes have the
Yes,
energy,
yes.
the love to handle, right? She and I will stick to our cats, and
Yeah,
But
we'll
exactly.
be
I
okay.
believe, Shai, I believe that if you're a mother, like before, you wouldn't when we were like when we didn't have kids, Mocha. I think you would agree with me. We didn't think we can do it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
We
true.
only think about
Mm-mm.
ourselves or in our husband, what we want, what we're gonna do. It doesn't sink in unless you're a mother already. And then when you finally have kids, you will realize how great you are in time management. That's the number
Hmm.
one thing, and resourcefulness. That those
True.
are qualities all mothers have, I
Yeah,
believe,
I
or
think that's a
else
quality.
you will
Yeah,
insane, right?
Yeah, I think it
true.
just shows the strength of women, really, honestly, for us to be able to do this, and then as well, right now, be able to work at the same time for the.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it's not just the maternal instinct doesn't really have to be like you to have your own kids. It's also like, of course, taking care of kitty cats or your husband as your eldest,
Yeah.
sons, or what, your
Putting
partners.
warmth in the
You
kids,
treat them
right?
as your kids, or your pamankins. And I think the maternal instinct will still be there, regardless if you're you give birth or not, 'di ba? Parang we will
that's
always
true.
have this instinct to nurture and take care of something or someone, or
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think it's
And,
an
and
innate
yeah,
ability in us, right?
yeah.
It's
yeah,
a gift from God to women, I
yeah,
believe.
true. I agree.
I can't say I completely agree because I don't really know. But
You
yeah,
will,
thank you.
But
So
when the time comes, I'm sure. I mean, like, when the time comes, I mean, we adapt. That's what we're good at.
Yes,
We're
yes,
good at
yes,
yes.
adapting. So
definitely.
whether or not you want to have a child or you're anticipating having a child, I think when the time comes, you will learn to adapt. That's what
True.
women are good at,
yeah,
diba?
true,
Of course.
true. So yeah, so Sheena and I, when we were discussing this topic, because it's women, how women are adjusting when there's COVID, right? Do you think it's different from men? Because for me personally, I was thinking it's we don't have it harder necessarily, because even them sometimes as a breadwinner or somebody who has to stand strong for their family, who has to pretend they can, they're that strong, they're that pillar of strength. What about you ladies, do you think men have it easier, or based on what you're seeing, yeah, and based on your personal experiences, or are they dealing it with it in their own way as well? Man, I'll go ahead and ask you that first.
Well, in my case, based from my husband, right? When this all started, like he had a COVID scare for a while. He was in the Senate when Mig Zubiri was tested positive. So he had a bit of a scare. So he was like out of sorts for 2 weeks. He was like meditating. Do I have COVID? He was tested and he had to be isolated. And in that instant, if you remember at that time, COVID testing took like a week before the results come out, right? So within that week, I guess the main difference would be like it. Well, for me, it took. Um, I believe it was faster for me to think of, oh, what am I gonna do next. So of course, him being having that COVID scare and thinking, oh, what will happen to me, I had to think of, oh, what now, right? Because it it's up to me, okay, both in the district and with my kids. So I told him like, go, you have to be at the other room, you can't be with us. And then afterwards, um, I told my kids and then oriented them, of course. And then after that, I took care of like the donation drive. I kept myself busy, not so that I won't think about the negative stuff, because I believe the negative side naman of women is if we dwell on the negative side, it will eat us up. I believe, because we're more emotional, right? So if we dwell on the negative side or negative impact of this pandemic, the more that eats us up inside, and we get depressed.
Yeah.
So
I,
That's so true.
I love that. And I want to jump in on that question because you did say that. So when your husband was having that scare, because for me it was separate. I was having the scare and he, thank God,
oh
he was the one who was, balanced, very chill, like
Very
don't worry
chill.
about it. No money, that's fine. But I was freaking out. But jumping on what you said, Maan, that you took it right away as, okay, what do we do next? What do you think about this thought that COVID-19 pandemic has shown that we need more female leaders, whether
What?
that's in politics, whether that's in the
I
workplace?
agree because first of all, you'll see the countries with the less COVID
Yes, our
um
women are
are
ruled by
women,
women.
are women actually, like New Zealand, or yeah, with I think 100
Girl
days
power.
already without any COVID positives, right? So yeah, I think women.
Yeah.
I
What
mean,
do, what do
look,
you think about, that thought? See, Mocha, we'll go ahead with you. That this pandemic has shown us that we need more female in leadership roles.
Yeah, I for me, I judging from other countries who were, I mean, who managed the pandemic well, um, and are mostly led by women. I think we should have more women in our government.
Yeah.
Parang ganun.
And why?
Because
If you can
I
elaborate.
think women are more resilient. Yung parang, and also, I, resilient pa? Or parang, mas ano sila mas ano tayo pala. When it comes to, quick when it comes to like solving problems and thinking of ways. Kasi parang ganun tayo, we're used to multitasking and solving a lot of things. Yung parang ganun. Gets mo yun? Parang ganun na feeling. We're more siguro ang downside lang, sobrang emotional lang ng women. Pero
yeah,
I think when it comes to like critical thinking and decision making, I think women are also capable when it comes to running public office. Yeah.
You mentioned that, and Sheena has mentioned it, and Maan has mentioned it as well, that women are more emotional. And the way you said it, not because it's negative, but the way you said it sounded like it was a disadvantage. But to me,
yeah.
I feel like actually that's our
It can be
advantage,
both. It can be
Parang
both. I feel.
empathetic.
right? Yeah,
it
Empathy.
can go both ways.
right.
Yeah,
I
it
think it
can
goes both
depend.
ways.
It depends. It depends on the.
Right, but I
Yeah,
think because sometimes I say that because I think sometimes I've heard men use that as a
yeah,
reason,
exactly.
Yeah.
why
Yeah,
we can't be in leadership roles. It's like, women, they're emotional. But for me, like,
yeah.
yes, we
But
are.
no,
And
yeah.
that's what makes us do this job better.
I think if you put the emotions in the right place or in the right
Yes.
situation,
Yes.
'cause understandably, really, if it's our time of the month, we do get a little bit more emotional than But I think women at that point should check ourselves. You know, we should check ourselves at that time and think like, wait, am I doing this? Am I acting this way? Am I taking this decision because of the emotional hormones I'm having right now,
Mm-mm.
or it's because it's emotional, but in a different way, like em- like, so I guess you have to kind of think of it that way. That's the only thing disadvantage I'd say. But yeah, it upsets me sometimes when people think that you're angry or something because you have your period. This is
Because
my biggest
yeah.
yeah, because I don't have my period. I'm sorry, you're just doing it wrong. Kumbaga.
True.
Well,
What?
for me naman, I believe there's an advantage in having female leaders. Like for example, with my husband, he's in politics, right? But what I saw through my experience, we prioritize different things. Like for example, him being a man, he's more of the infrastructure, the projects, um, building, building in general. Uh, in my case, I took the social services and the communications, the PR from him because I'm more compassionate. I believe I feel more for the people. I think that's an advantage.
Mhm.
I use my emotions for the for good, right?
Yeah,
So,
I
so
agree.
I believe, yes, the Philippines needs more female leaders, especially in the departments where emotion or sensitivity or compassion is a must.
I love that. Examples. For me, Department of Tourism,
Yes,
definitely. Of Health, for
yes,
sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Department of Health.
yes,
I think
Right?
because women, we don't we try to weigh the situation
Mhm.
before we decide. So okay, if I do this, I'm not saying that men don't do that, pero
They weigh
maybe
in a
because
different terms, I
yeah,
think. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes,
Maybe
and
like
we
financial or
empathize.
something. But we weigh on the emotional side, like who's this gonna affect? Who's, this kind
yes,
of thing.
yes,
I love it.
true.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we empathize more in with people. Like, how does it affect the people?
Yeah.
Uh, who else? It's not like the direct person involved, but the family, kumusta sila, anong mangyayari sa
Mm-hmm.
kanila. And we think
Yeah.
about that far, I believe.
So,
Yeah.
man, do you
Again,
think you run for public office?
I don't know. It's a
You
thought.
should. You
I'm
should.
sure, like,
if
this
given the
pandemic is really
chance,
showing the
yes.
strengths of women.
You should. You really should with what you're doing, and I've seen it on Facebook,
True.
right? I mean, that's really
Mm-hmm.
why I really tapped you to go on our show today, because I felt like, she could really be an inspiration, especially for those who want to be leaders in their own communities, right? Don't be afraid. We have these two wonderful women who are just powerful and in their own community and in their own right, and I hope that encourages each and every one of us to step up where we are. And I love this, to take space. I love
Mhm.
that. Take up some space and be seen, be heard, be an inspiration to others. So moms are watching us. We have CV is online, Jovi po, Linlin Manlangit, Esther Ease is also watching. So hello, thank you so much for joining us. Um,
Hi.
yeah, so thank you. If do you guys want to say hi to anybody who's watching you as well?
Yeah, I'd like to say hi to Kate. And I'm sure she's just as empowered as we are because she's also, facing the pandemic with just the same amount of enthusiasm and and the will to survive. Yeah, and thank you for watching.
Awesome. Maan, I know somebody said go Maan. Nika Tablada is
Oh,
watching us
man.
today and she said hello to you as well. Okay, question for me. What is your advice to I know you're not pregnant, right? Well, you don't know.
No.
Sorry. A lot of people are announcing. Some people are announcing, right? But they're bored and so they're pregnant. It's as a joke, right? Like they got bored and now they're pregnant. If you have any advice or about if they're pregnant, like do you have a comment or advice for these women or an encouragement, a statement of encouragement?
Is this for first time moms or?
Yeah, exactly. For first time moms. There you go. Thank you.
Oh, is this during the
Yeah,
pandemic
like they're
or
pregnant now.
Because I'm sure they're
Should they be
afraid. I'm pretty
scared?
sure
Like
they're
be
afraid with that.
very, very afraid. Is that a message you'd want to
No,
send
let's
out?
not do that.
okay, man, you
That's a
go first.
That's a very hard question, Shai.
Don't get bored so that you won't get pregnant. Okay, no, just kidding aside. um, as for first time moms, I'm sure if you have your partner with you, then good for you. And just hang in there because things may not like we're not in a very pleasant situation now, but this too shall pass, and it will be. And just um, take it from moms with experiences or with your mom. Ask assistance, emotional. Financial, emotional, psychological assistance, mental, your mental health, check on it, and just just think positive, just be positive, because things will turn out fine. because it's in you. It's in you, diba? Lalabas at
Mhm.
lalabas din yan, yung maternal instincts and stuff. Was
Well,
that, am I making sense, ba? Yun.
Yeah, yeah.
well, I
Ma.
know it's a very difficult time right now, and I know you're afraid because of the pandemic, and it's hard to go to the hospital right now.
Yeah.
So it's scary, right? But you have to think positive, and you have to think about your baby because andyan na siya. It's already there. You have to take care of yourself more. You have to take care of yourself, your baby, and don't worry too much because stress can lead to all sorts of complications. So just relax and then pray, and hopefully when you give birth it would come naturally. Your motherly instinct, your love, it will all come naturally. But right now, if you're pregnant, it's up to you how you'd feel, how to react on things. Mocha is right. Maybe look for moral support from your parents, from your friends. There are a lot out there. There are a lot of women and groups out there that are willing to support you, are willing to guide you. Just lean on them and pray.
True. Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Also,
So I have.
yeah, I'd like to add something. 'Di ba, our emotional and mental well-being is essential. I mean, is important when during pregnancy, but also physically, there will be a lot of changes. So don't worry about your scars. They are your tiger scars, we call that, because it's parang your medal na you've created life, and you've nourished a child in you. So just embrace all the physical changes. There will be like emotional mood swings and whatnot, but yeah, don't forget to take care of yourself, your personal hygiene, and exercise, and get enough rest. Yeah.
And I believe after you give birth, usually women say like me, I felt that like I'm so ugly, I'm so fat, all swollen. But my advice, having 4 kids already, is that don't think about that. You are beautiful in your own way.
True,
Being a
true.
mom is beautiful. So please do not think you're ugly. You are a gift from God and you are beautiful.
True. Also, message to husbands, okay? Praise your wives, because, don't say
Mhm.
na, uy, you're, nibulok na yung ilong, or, di ba, parang lumaki na yung ilong mo, or whatnot. What's that shadowy something? No, it's
Yeah.
part of the, just, what do you call that? Appease and praise, and
Yeah.
acknowledge your
Yeah.
Support.
partner. And
I
if you
think
don't
that's
have
what.
it naman, if you're single, single mom, okay, in this time talaga single. But anyways, you ikaw na, like, always remember that you're beautiful. Just like what Man said, you are beautiful, you're loved, you're worth it, and
Yes.
no matter your physical appearance now and in the next 9 months, you are beautiful in your own way.
And hubbies, if there is some, like, if you see that your wife is struggling, maybe there's something, some little thing that you could pick up from the things that she has to do, just to take the pressure off of her.
True, true, that's true.
Help her. No.
Exactly. Don't be shy. Do it. Just do it. And then for the single women, I think I would say, like, for the single mothers, they're, I mean, don't reach out to your friends, reach out
Yes.
to other,
Yes.
that we are your tribe, I guess.
There are a lot of support groups for single women,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Also,
A lot of
also
friends.
yeah,
Yeah.
I suggest for mothers, diba, we have this, there are groups in Facebook where you can join, and mothers, expecting mothers, can give you advice, and join forums, so that will uplift
Yeah.
you and help you in
Yeah.
some ways.
What groups
Yeah.
are you guys in? Maybe, maybe the other our viewers would want to join those
Yeah.
groups, because you sound like you're cool, and you
Yeah.
know, you know how to uplift women.
We will make a group.
All
Kidding.
right.
I know in
Man,
Mindanao, there's Modern Nanas of Mindanao. So if you guys can hook up with them.
I
They're
was
very,
once a
very
member
helpful.
of Mom's Club 8600 here in Butuan City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Davao is the Wow Moms.
Okay.
Man, would you know of any group?
For me, I have my Praying Wives group,
Oh, that's nice.
and yeah, and of course my Ateneo mom group for my
Yeah.
kids. Yeah.
All right.
All
So
right.
our last question. If you were to write a book during this season, what would the title be?
Hmm.
Wow.
Some examples. Just so it doesn't have to be. It can be serious and it can be not serious. So, my life from the waist up. That's one. Don't forget to shower is another. Tales from the glass window. I love that. And is that how I smell? For me personally, it's wake me up when COVID ends.
This one is
That's clever.
ano ba?
Just, even if it's just a reflection of what you but feel free to just take time to think. Yeah, that's fine. Even I when I thought of this question a while ago, I was like, what would my
Yeah.
answer be? Right.
Yeah.
They should have
While you
given
guys are,
the
yeah.
question a while ago.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, wait. This is a challenge for me. Wait. Hmm. Ano ba? Wait.
Sheena, for you, my cat ate my life. My cat ate my life because you're so
Yeah.
absorbed in them now.
Na parang inabsorb na yung, di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi she just got her babies, her kitties nitong COVID. And so she's sending
Yeah.
the whole family like videos of her cat, which we love, right?
The
For me,
life
I
of a
believe
cat mom.
it's
What is a
finding
good... Ayan.
me. For me, it's finding purposes in COVID.
I
Okay, that's nice. I
love.
like it.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
I
That's
like
nice.
that.
For me, motherhood, guerrilla motherhood, or
Wow.
uh,
Sounds like a warfare.
Warzone.
because
It is.
or motherhood, like parang
I
motherhood
think
in
that
a
was
park.
great.
It's like it's
I
a
like
walk.
it.
Yeah.
Motherhood is a walk in the park. Yun nga lang, it's Jurassic Park. Yung ganun. Parang
Yes.
it's
Agree.
A walk in Jurassic
a
Motherhood, a walk
walk
in
in
Jurassic Park.
yes, yes. Because it's hard. It's fun and it's hard at the same time. Pero yun, I think the best thing about me being a mom is the fulfillment and being able to finally find the light that will guide me in my life. Yung ganon.
Lovely.
That's
Guiding light.
Yeah,
yeah.
diba? What a way. So that's how we're gonna end our show with those wise words that you ladies have shared with us today. But of course, before we officially say goodbye, is there any page, any business that you guys would want to push, would want them to jump in on after this one, or a LinkedIn account where they can find your Instagram? Perhaps, Ma'am, we'll go ahead with yours.
Well,
Invite them.
I'll make one. I'll make one. For now, I'm inviting you to join. Well, if you want to see, to be inspired, I believe. If you want, if you're if you feel bad, like for example, in government and the news, if you feel bad and if you want to do good things, for example, I would suggest you please follow my husband's page, Ramon Monman the third. We show what we do during pandemic, and it doesn't end. Public service does not end with pandemic. It's a continuous thing, and we do it for you.
Thank
Wow.
you. That's nice.
Nice.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. I'll get in touch with you again, man, for that.
No
I
worries.
thought of a topic right away. Thank you. All right, Mocha, what about you?
Yeah, don't forget to like and follow our page. It's facebook.com/b102.3fm. And we do a weekly show that we bring together artists, just a bit further apart. We come together in music and we check on your favorite artist. That's once every week. And then if you want to, take us with you. We also have a mobile app. It's available in Google and Apple Store. Is that right? Apple Store. Yeah. So it's B102.3 FM. And also, we're doing a little burger on the side. So visit us in Doongan Purok Dos, it's Backyard Burger BXU. It's the burger with no dramas, just lamas.
And
All right,
yeah, I
thank you,
did try
girl.
their burgers just yesterday, and I can guarantee
Yay.
guys if you're from
Thank
Butuan, you're gonna
you.
love it.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Try
this
Means
it
a
out.
lot.
Try
Means
it
a lot.
out.
Yeah.
Like go there to
Yeah.
Batuan.
Means a lot coming from Shy because yeah.
oh
Yeah,
no,
hopefully you can visit Butuan. You guys can visit.
yes,
Um, yeah. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Sheena.
ladies,
Do
for
you have any
thank
last words?
Well, I have one. There's a group of women that are struggling right now during the COVID, and I think I'd like to bring light into them during just a few more
Yeah.
seconds for us to think about. It's these women who are stuck in abusive relationships, and of course,
True.
the COVID
True.
has brought them in a lockdown with the abusers, and they can't get out. And I hope that these women are able to reach out, find the strength to reach out to other women that can help them, and reach out to authority if you can. And I hope you can find safety during this time, and if we could all just offer prayers for them as well, that will be, I think, the least at least we can do for them.
True. True.
True. All right. Thank you so much for that. Yes, that is definitely something to think about, especially women. If you hear your neighbor in your neighborhood, it's happening, don't be afraid to go to authority and just report it. It's the least we can do for our very own sisters, right?
True. True. Also,
And
I've read, and I'd just like to add, I read an article that, for example, if you see like a woman walking on the street, and if you notice a guy or a stranger following her, you can you hug or like just pretend that you know the girl and ask how she is or how her mom is or anything that could just distract and just walk her home, because that's also one way of helping, right? Like to
Hmm.
scare off the bad
Yeah,
guys and stuff.
yeah. Just make
wow.
sure you have the mask on and
Yeah,
gloves,
yeah.
social distancing.
True, true.
All right. And with that, I hope
All right.
you guys out there enjoyed our topic for tonight. And again, thank you so much for just hopping in on this conversation, Maan and Mocha. I truly appreciate it. Hopefully, one day we will all get the chance to just meet each other in person. That would be a nice, have wine together, coffee, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. For those of you online, again, thank you. We appreciate your presence. We appreciate you just joining us today. I hope you found that inspiring, encouraging. If you guys feel that there are topics you would like us to discuss here in Hakbang TV, please feel free to drop us a message. Find us on Facebook. That's Hakbang. And of course, we're on YouTube as well. So this is going to be published in YouTube. So feel free to comment there about topics that we can discuss. That way we can bring you content that you guys are really interested in, especially if they are COVID related. That's it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Shyla, joining you all the way from Butuan City here in Mindanao.
And Sheena, all the way from Dubai.
And
Good evening, everyone.
this is COVID Conversations over coffee. Bye, everyone.
Bye.